What up? You're here to learn how to make an album. And gosh darn it, I'm going to tell you. Just like that. Boom. This video is not the technicality of it. It's the philosophy. So, if you're here to like, oh, how do I make stuff and how do I step by step how to do it? I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you how to do it. Who am I to be talking about this? I made a freaking album. And I'm going to share with you my experiences with it and how I did it. Boom. Okay, so first, you have to find a genre. You want to make like a rock album, a jazz album. You need to have a genre, almost as important, if not more, a theme and an idea, or like a message. So like when somebody listens to it, they're like, oh, okay, I think about this when I get it. And that might be the message you're trying to portray, or it's a message they get while listening to it. And that I think is the greatest gift of making music. You could have an intention for it, an intended feeling, an experience you had that could be totally different to somebody else, but you guys both relate to it on a very deep level. And it's awesome. And it's like the best feeling in the world. And I love it. So now that you have a theme and a message for it, you need to just start doing it. You can plan as much as you want for all these songs, but if all you do is plan and do nothing, you're gonna get nowhere. You have to do. And you're gonna get to a point where like you're gonna be hours into a song. It's never gonna be perfect or as perfect as you want it. I think there's a difference between like, oh, that's good enough, or like, this can't get much better. Good enough for me usually is pretty shit. And like in the moment, like, oh, it's fine. And later on, you're like, oh my God, that was not fine. I did that. I regret it. It happens. And you know what? That's okay. Progression is about making mistakes and failing. You need to be okay with failing. You're gonna have a couple of song ideas that are just gonna suck. If you're halfway through it and you're like, man, this just sucks, and like I can't do a whole lot with this. You can get all the way done with it and be like, man, I just don't like it. Then cut it. If you wouldn't listen to it, why would anybody else? I think that's a huge part of it. Is you have to like your music. If you don't, then what's the point of making it? And I mean, even what? There is something to be said that if you like it and no one else does, who cares? You made music you would listen to and you like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Another thing I went through like a roadblock of like I have no idea what kind of songs I want to make. And one thing that really helped me, and I've heard a lot of people, other musicians and artists talk about, go live life. Take a break from making music and mixing and all that stuff. Go outside, go experience life, and you'll find something to make a song about, or it'll just hit you in the most random time ever. And I mean, cover arts, there's tons of cool cover arts out there. All I would say, be different. Do something, that you haven't seen, or like you have seen before, but not a lot of people do. Or just something you think is cool, or just looks cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. I just wanted to share some tips that I had from making my album, so that hopefully some of you guys out there, you guys are on your journey. You're just starting, and it's very overwhelming. It's very exciting at the beginning, but in the middle of it, it just sucks because it's so much work. But I'm telling you, stick with it. It is so worth it. The gratification afterwards is so fun. That's my takeaway. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned something. If not, I apologize. Have a good day or night. Boom.